Welcome to this presentation. I'm Darlanio and we're going to look a bit at the new Season 3 maps for StarCraft 2. This first map is a 1 versus 1 map and it's classified as normal even though it has close rush distances in most starting locations. And why it's classified as normal is because you have a natural expansion which is fairly easy to defend against enemy attacks. They write about this map like this. This map features close rush distances in most starting locations and the natural expansion is fairly easy to access due to the rock guarding a part of the choke point. This means that the map won't be strictly about the rush. What is interesting to see is that, like Arid Wastes, you have a large open place in the middle with Selnaga towers, in this case 4 towers, which will give you a good vision of what's happening on the battlefield. And I hope we will see some really large epic battles on this map, even though it might be a map for short distance rushes, like for example Selnaga Caverns or Steps of War. I'm not able to say exactly how far the distance is between 2 of the starting locations, but I guess that we will see that quite soon when this map actually is publicly available on Battle.net. Let's go on to map number 2. This map is, however, a real rush map, since the distance between all spawning locations is about the same and is real short. You have 1 Selnaga tower in the middle and you will be able from that to probably see from where your opponent is coming, if he's coming towards the Selnaga. And in this case you're able to block off your first ramp, but your second starting location, your second base, your natural expansion, will be a lot harder to defend. If we look at what Blizzard is writing about this map, they say the map is a symmetric map with no spawn point that is favored over the others. Without breaking the 2 rocks, the map is very straightforward to play, but when the path blocked by rocks are opened up, you will better take notice. And as you can see, there are rocks both in the natural expansion to help you guard it, and in front of the 3rd expansion down the ramp to the right from every natural expansion. I think this map is looking real interesting and I hope to see a lot of great games on this map, not just rushes but also games that turn into macro games after a while. Let's go over to map number 3. This winter type map is map number 3, and if you remember StarCraft 1, or at least in Brood War, you had winter landscape, an Arctic type of map. From what we've seen in the trailers of Heart of the Swarm, this will it will return to StarCraft 2 with Arctic landscape. And I think this map is also a part of that. It looks a bit snowy and icy and looks real cool. Blizzard writes like this. This map will have varying gameplay depending on where you and your opponent spawn. You want to bring multiple strategies to this map and adjust your game depending on your and your opponent's starting locations. This map also features an extremely large number of different attack paths, some of which can be opened up by breaking rocks. And it looks real interesting. I must say that if we compare it to Metalopolis, I prefer this map. mostly because of the gold not being so centralized in this map, and also because that we have two expansions in the middle between the two natural expansions that can be accessed from 2 points. A lot like Metalopolis, but a bit different. In this case it's on low ground instead of high ground, for example. Also this map gives me a feeling that there will be a lot of large epic battles on this, and I like the snowy, icy feeling I get from it. Let's go over to the last map in 1 vs 1, map number 4. As you might have noticed, the former 3 maps are either normal or rush maps, but this map is a real macro map. We can see what Blizzard has written about this first. This is a macro map for Season 3. Early on it will be possible to easily take 2 expansions. This, along with the long rush distances in all start locations, will most likely encourage players to go for a mid or late game strategy rather than a quick rush based strategy. As we can see, the spawning locations, if I guess correctly, have a ramp which is easily defendable, down to a natural expansion with a larger map down to the floor of the map. There are a balcony on the starting location's high ground, which will enable reapers to get into the starting locations through that balcony, but that is easily defended. When you get down to the ground, you have a ramp up to a 3rd expansion, and you have centralized gold expansions in the middle around the Selnaga Tower. I think that this will be a really interesting map to see both play in 1 vs 1 and hopefully 2 vs 2. Since you have 4 spawning locations, it will be possible to create custom games with this one, and I think it will be nice to play some 2 vs 2 games as well. The natural 3rd expansion, the 3rd expansion is also accessible to your opponent through air, and it will be interesting to see what will happen if someone do a fast expand to the natural and the 3rd expansion and then get attacked by air from his or her opponent. I guess there's a lot of defense strategies in that case, also a great deal of attack strategies. These were the 4 maps for 1 vs 1, and I will take a look at the larger map later on. But for this video, these 4 is all you will get. If you want to look at the maps, you will have to go to the US Battle.net /se2/blog/ and now you need to type down 2943356 square blog. I will also type this link in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please watch my other videos. Thank you. Bye.